Are you like me? You get freaked out by dolls that look like they're moving on their own? Or do you think that is actually pretty cool? Well, today we've gonna talk about an island full of dolls that are rumored to be possessed by spirits. So if you don't like dolls or spirits, this story might not be for you. But if you're like me and you love this stuff, then let's get into it. Mexico is home to many beautiful islands, but one in particular has become known as the Island of the Dolls. Isla de las Muñecas, which translates to Island of the Dolls, is located in the canals of the state of Campeche. Many centuries ago, a young girl named Maria del Carmen lived on the mainland near the canals. She would often play on the canals with her friends. However, one fateful day, she and her friends got a little too close to the mouth of the canal. When they did, a strong current pulled them out to sea. The girls screamed for help, but no one was around to save them. Their families would later find the bodies of two girls, but poor Maria would never be found. It's said that after this tragedy, the family constructed a small shrine to Maria on the island, where she had been seen last. Sometime later, a man who lived on the island began to see the ghost of a little girl. He felt sorry for her, so he built her a raft out of old pieces of wood and placed it next to the shrine. Then he began to collect old dolls that people were throwing away and hung them from trees all over the island. Said that he did this to appease the girl's spirit. Eventually the number of dolls reached over 50. One day a fisherman spotted what looked like a large mass of seaweed floating on the water. He paddled over to investigate and realized it was a doll. He continued to paddle around the island and saw dozens more. This is when news of the Island of the Dolls reached people outside the small community, and it started to gain popularity. People began visiting the island just to see the dolls, and some even claimed to have seen the ghost of the little girl. In recent years, people have traveled from all over the world to visit the island, and many have claimed that the dolls move on their own. Some even claim that if you listen closely, you can hear the dolls whispering at night. There are many stories of dolls blinking and moving when no one is around. Visitors have even reported seeing dolls hanging from trees during the day, and then finding them on the ground the next morning. It's safe to say that the legend of the Island of the Dolls has captured the imagination of people all over the world. But what do you think? Are the dolls really haunted, or is it all just a clever trick? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. The legends surrounding the Island of the Dolls have only grown in recent years, mostly due to a very famous travel blogger. This is where I'd like to clear something up. I am not a fan of that YouTuber. I think he's a Class A jerk, and I disagree with many of his views. However, I have to admit that he does know how to promote a place like few others. After he posted about the Island of the Dolls, many more people began to visit, which resulted in many more legends and stories coming out of the island. In fact, he visited the island 3 times and claimed that on one of these visits, he and his friends performed an exorcism on the dolls. He said that after this, things seemed to calm down a bit on the island, but I think this is when things took a dark turn. In his 3 visits to the island, he brought several of the dolls back with him to his home in the mainland. And since then, he and his family have experienced strange phenomena, including shaking beds, dolls moving on their own, and scratches and bite marks that appeared out of nowhere. So what do you think? Is it wrong to take items from sacred places like the Island of the Dolls? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.